you the right signal. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Again, I'm unable to share the screen actually. I think I'm sorry. अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सागणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी श्रीमानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसुधी गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पुङ्गं लङ्घयते गिरिमित्रपादं वन्दे श्रीगुरुनरतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामितः नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणि प्रचारणे हरिस्य शून्यादि पश्चाद्यस्तारणे Hare Krishna. Everyone, please accept my humble obeisances to your Lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I know. So today I'm asked to speak on this verse. 7th Canto, 15th chapter, text number 3, chapter entitled Instructions for Civilized Human Beings. Hare Krishna. द्वौ दैवे पितृकार्ये त्रिन् एकैकम् उभयत्र वा भोजयेत् सुसमृद्धोऽपि श्राद्धे कुर्यान्न विस्तरम्. During the period, translation by Srimad Bhagavatam Srila Prabhupada ki jai. During the period for offering oblations to the demigods, one should invite only two brahmanas, and while offering oblations to the forefathers, one may invite three brahmanas, or in either case, only one brahmana will suffice. Even though one is very opulent, he should not endeavor to invite more brahmans or make more expensive arrangements on those occasions. As we already mentioned, Srila Advaitacharya during the generally observed ceremony to offer oblations to the forefathers invited only Haridas Thakur. Thus, he followed this principle, Name Bhaktas Chaturvedi Madbhaktaha Swapachaha Priyaha. The Lord says, it is not necessary that one become very expert in Vedic knowledge before he can become my bhakta or devotee. Even if one is born in the family of dog eaters, he can become my devotee and be very dear to me, in spite of having taken birth in such a family. Therefore, offering should be given to my devotee, and whatever my devotee has offered me should be accepted. Following this principle, one should invite a first-class Brahmana or Vaishnava, a realized soul, and feed him while observing the Shraddha ceremony to offer oblations to one's forefathers. Hare Krishna. I neither have any qualification nor do I have any realization. So, whatever I heard in the past from senior devotees, spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada, I'm just repeating it as your humble servant. So I seek everyone's blessings. Correct. So the topic is, the chapter is entitled The Instructions for Civilized Living Beings. Correct. So, means actually there are 8.4 million living entities. Jalaja Navalakshani स्थावर लक्ष विंशति क्रमयो रुद्र संख्यायां पक्षिणां दशलक्षयः त्रिंशः लक्षाणि पशवः चतुर्लक्षाणि मानव. This verse is from Padma Puran. So, there are 9 lakhs of aquatics. Stavara Lakshvamsati, there are 20 lakhs of trees. Kramayo Rudra Sankhayam, 11 lakhs insects. Pakshinam Daslaksha, 10 lakhs birds. Trimsa Lakshani Pasuha, there are 30 lakhs quadrupeds. Chatur Lakshani Manava, 400,000 or 4 lakhs human beings. So we this many species are there. We were all there we were all there in the spiritual world with Krishna. But one day we developed a desire to enjoy independent of Krishna. When we realized it's not possible, we developed Dvesha. Ichha Dvesha Samuttena Dvanda Mohena Bharata. Sarabhutani Samoham Sargyanti Parantapa. So we developed Dvesha envy. So based on the degree of envy, some people will take birth in aquatics, beasts, birds, reptiles, whatever the numbers I said. They're all different. That many species, 84 lakh yoni bolte hai na. So 8.4 million living entities are 84 lakh species. But in that, we slowly, eventually, gradually, we evolve to attain human form of life. That happens naturally, eventually. But not every human being is civilized. This is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. But human life is very, 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 very rare. Prahlad says this. Tadyapi adrovam artadam. Kaumara acharit prajño dharman bhagavatani durlabam manushyanmam tadyapi adrovam artadam. So this human life is very rare. Though it is automatically attained, we should, utilize this human form to purify our existence so that we don't need to take birth again. We don't need to come back to listen this class again in this body. So, Nayan Deha Deho Bajar Loke Kashtan Kaman Arhati Vidbujam He Tapodivyam Putrakayana Sudhya Tasmat Brahmasaukyam Anantam. Rishabdev is telling to his children headed by Maharaj Bharat, because of whom India got the name Bharat. Oh my dear children, Nayan Deha Deho. You're not Deha, you're not this body. You're Deho, you're living in this body. So human life is not meant for eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Human life is not meant for eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. That every species does. You can do even though humans do this, ahara nidra bhayam, eating, mating, sleeping, and defending, one quality you should do. What is that? Tapodivyam, tapasya. Because sense enjoyment, vidbhujam means pig, hog, groundhog. The way groundhog loves stool, we love halwas, taste the same. But what is the prerogative of human life? What is the importance of human life? Tapasya, tapodivyam, putragayana. Then what will happen? What will happen when we get here? When we do tapasya? Brahmasaukyam, anantam. You'll get a spiritual pleasure, and which is infinite. But today, people do not know this. We scrape our tongue with little gulab jamun. Oh, you feel good. And people, rasgulla. But same gulab jamun after 20, I cannot. And skin is looking for opposite sex touch. Ears are looking to hear the glorification of ours. Nose is looking for smell. Eyes are looking for beautiful places to look at, beautiful objects to look at. And mind is there to give us trouble. Who is our enemy? Neighbor. Or somebody who is giving trouble? No. Our mind and senses are the worst enemies. So we should control it. We should control it. That is civilized being. What is a civilized being? Whoever understands my presence in this body is temporary. 50 years ago I was not an engineer. 50 years later I won't be engineer or doctor, whatever profession. 50 years ago I don't have the family that I have. I did not have the family that I have today. 50 years later they may be there, but I won't be there. I may have a bank account today and putting all the money in the bank, and I'm considering time with money. But the 50 years later, that money will be there, but I won't be there. But what will come with me? Tapo divyam tapasya. It's very important. Time is running out. So, but this is the introduction. But today's verse, what is that? Those people who understand this, they're civilized. Let me utilize my human life to attain perfection. Let me not waste it in just eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Sadhana. Sadhana is important. Prapyasya brahmano ritar praptascha pratyagatmana prapyapayam phalam prapta tadha prapti virodhi cha. There is the goal of life is to attain Krishna, further control the mind and senses. For that, upay, what is the way to attain Krishna's lotus feet? Sadhana. What is the end result? Phalam. What is the phalam? You'll go back to Godhead. You'll get rid of impurities. You'll realize you're not the body. And when you are fully purified, you'll awaken that love of God. But there is ladies and gentlemen, there is an enemy to this. Who? Virodhi Maya. Maya is taking us. Who is Maya? Where is Maya? Our mind and senses. So, Vadanti Sakala Vedasya Itihas Pranaka. All the Shastras are there only to caution us. Hey, beware of Maya. The person who is aware of Maya and tries to avoid Maya, tries to, tries not to entertain the mind and senses, he or she is a civilized being. Everyone is listening, understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, today's verse is Shraddha. Shraddha, what is that? What are the, it's called Mahalaya Pakshas. Mahalaya Pakshas, they come after Haridas Thakur disappearance day, after Radhashtami, that is actually, that 1 month period is actually Mahalaya Pakshas. That is, that's when we offer Shraddha to Pitrus, forefathers. So, because, what is that? Nowadays, people, I take this opportunity to go little before Mahalaya Paksha, if you all agree, if you want me to. Do you have your blessings and permission?
Yes, Prabhuji, sure. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
So what is that? Um, if you go to Dashashwamedha Ghat in Varanasi, people, the person who died, they bring that body. People will be crying left and right. And sadhus, they meditate on this temporary metal body, temporariness of our existence. They bring the body, whatever the oil we apply to our hair. Wow. In 1 second, when the fire starts, less than 2 seconds, the hair is burnt off. And because of the pressure, when the fire starts, tup, tup, 2 eyeballs will pop up because there is a little bit air inside. And whatever the foods that we have eaten filled with ghee and all, then that'll help the body as a fuel to burn itself. And all the people leave. They have to go. That's Maya. They leave. And So it takes a couple of hours for the body to be reduced to ashes, and they'll push that into the Ganges, that ashes. So there is a saying in India, that if you pour your ashes into Ganges, it's Padma Puran says actually, you'll go back to, you'll be liberated, you'll be sent to Vaikuntha. So that's why, Krishna keeps on speaking 18 verses, you're not the body or a spirit soul. Then there is a 12-year, 12-day period we observe. The 12-day period we observe, it is more for that person who has written his exam, passed or failed, we don't know. But it is rest of the 12 days is for us. Hey, we have to be, of course, we read Bhagavad Gita and all. Nowadays, people are turning the TV on, actually, the non-devotees. It's not good. Read Bhagavad Gita for the departed soul. Actually, the soul stays. So, in every year, it's actually, the Pitraloka, it's ancestral, for all the ancestors, there's a planet called Pitraloka. There, they go and stay there, until until they get the next body. First of all, getting the human body is very difficult. Once human body is lost, to get it again, it's difficult. That's why Shraddha is very important. Shraddha is performed, for Pitrudevatas, our 1 year is equal to their 1 day. 6 months is daytime, 6 months is nighttime. So, whatever food pinda we offer, right? So, there here he's telling, we should not invite so many Brahmins. One Brahman is enough. This for Grihasthas actually. One or two. Advaita Acharya, see, that is those days, especially Karmakandi Brahmins, the Shraddhas, they're very important. Why? And the ancestor has to get the body so that he'll come to this world again to enjoy. But people don't understand. Hey, this human body is a vehicle for enjoyment, but it gives so much trouble in the old age. Why people don't understand? That is Maya. So Advaitacharya did not invite. So many Brahmins were, waiting to be invited by Advaitacharya because he's the leader of all the Vaishnavas. Super exalted Mahabhagavad devotee. If you keep aside the fact, he is actually Sadasiva and Mahavishnu combined. Mahavishnu incarnation. But what he did? He offered Shraddha Patra to Haridas Thakur. You want to convey a message to the world. What is that? अहोबत स्व पचदो गरियान ये जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम तेपुस्तपस्ते जुहु सस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचर नाम गृणन्ति एते. And I'm sure the meaning of this verse is, even if a person is a swapacha means dog, a person is a dog eater, if he chants if he chants holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If anybody, even if that person is born in a family of dog eaters, or he himself is a dog eater, just because he has chanted the Harinam, Haribol, is considered saintly. Name Bhaktas Chaturvedi, so much, Name Bhaktas Chaturvedi, Mad Bhaktas Sabcha Priya. Even if one is a very great scholar of Vedas, if he's not a devotee, Krishna doesn't even look at him. Krishna is telling, okay, he becomes a jnani, it is not necessary. Let me present this way. It's written here, Prabhupada is writing. It is not necessary that one become very expert in Vedic knowledge, jnani, before he can become bhakta. So you can directly become a devotee. You don't need to become a jnani or ashtanga yogi, straight. But if you become a devotee, Oh, but a swapachato kariyan. But even if you are born in the family of dog eaters and you're vibrating that Harinam on your tongue, wow, that you are great. That person is very dear to me. Krishna is telling, Madbhakta Swapacha Priya. Amazing, huh? So actually this verse, Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing the importance, glory and importance of the Harinam. Honestly speaking, you don't need to do anything. Kali Yuga. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he met, when he had this meeting with the Mayavad sannyasis in Kasi, headed by Prakasana Saraswati. Prakasana Saraswati said, "Why are you not associating with us? You belong to Bharati Sampradaya. And why are you, aggregating people and, gathering people and chanting the holy name like a sentimentalist?" Lord Chaitanya said, "My Guru told me, I am not, I'm not fit for reading this Vedanta." Prabhupada tells there, Kali Yuga, everyone is a fool. We don't need to know. We don't need to even understand all this Vedanta. Instead, just invest in holy name. My Guru gave me this mantra. And one day, ever since I started chanting this mantra, I was becoming ecstatic. Tears were flowing from my eyes. My hairs were standing on my hand. And I said, Guru Maharaj, what is this? I'm like becoming mad. You know, I'm becoming ecstatic. What is this? Something is happening to me. I don't know what's happening. My Guru Maharaj said, who is Lord Chaitanya's Guru Maharaj? Does anyone know?
Ishwarapuri Prabhu.
Nishwarpuri, thank you much. Nishwarpuri, my Guru Maharaj said, my child, that is the power of Hare Krishna mantra. Whatever is happening is to you is very good. Continue doing it. The name of this, the power of this mantra is it will awaken the love of God. It will make you ecstatic. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proved it to the animals of Jharkhand forest. When he came to South India, he proved it to South Indians just by his glance. They would become ecstatic and he would infuse that potency, he would infuse Harinam and the potency in their heart. They would become devotees just like that. So, what is that? You don't need to invite 10 Karmakandi Brahmins or Mayavadis, Just one devotee is enough. If you can, honestly speaking, not just Shraddha time only, any time, you know, um, the six loving exchanges, what are the six loving exchanges? Tadadi pratigrunhati vikhyamkiti pruchati munkte bhujate cheva shadvidam priti lakshanam. Give gifts, accept gifts. Give prasad, accept prasad. And and inquire and reveal your mind in confidence. These are the six ways. So the best, actually, one of the Chaitanya, what is Chaitanya Charitamrita? It's all about devotees sitting together and eating prasad and jumping up and down, dancing and glorifying Krishna in the glory of Krishna. You don't need to wait for 1 year to invite devotees to our home just for Shraddha ceremony. That's okay if it is there. Nowadays, last time I said this very interestingly, got the similar verse last time also. Nowadays, what is the trend in ISKCON? Devotees, we don't have any qualified Brahmins. So we just in that is living in cities. We are all in America. Temples, they the on the tithi, the son will go to the temple and pay, give some donation and sponsor the feast and tell, please offer food to offer food to Brahmins. Devotees, they chant Harinam for the departed soul and they honor Prasad. Amazing. You know, actually, ideally, a plate of food should be kept outside and invite the departed soul to come and eat. Kakarupena, Gradrupena, Mayasam. There is actually worse. I don't know so much. You know, oh, you come in the form of a crow or eagle. Vayasam means also crow and eat. That's how Pitrus come and eat that. What is that? That food. But best thing at the same time, when devotees eat Krishna Prasad, it's mentioned Krishna eats our offerings through the Krishna accepts our offerings through the tongue of devotees. That's why we should feed devotees. But again, before feeding devotees, we should ensure it is offered to Krishna actually. We should not feed bhoga to devotees. That'll it's we'll get bad karma because devotee will not ask, he'll assume this prasad only. But it's our duty to offer nicely food to Krishna and give prasad to the ancestors and give prasad to the devotees. You know, you know. Um, so what is it? Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami. Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakala Asanta Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Atayeva Santa. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Karmis they want enjoyment, bhukti. Jnanis they want impersonal liberation, mukti. Ashtanga yogis they want ashtasiddhis, aniga, anima, garima, lagima. So they want something always other than Krishna. That's why Sakala Ashanta, they are very unhappy. But devotee, Krishna Bhakta, Nishkama, Krishna Bhakta doesn't have any other desire other than pleasing Krishna, pleasing Guru and Krishna, devotees and Krishna. Ateyava Santa, that's why it's very peaceful. Haridas Thakur, you see, wow. Whenever you would go, you would look for a place. You would look for a place to chant, and you would put Tulsi, and you would chant whole night, day and night, 192 rounds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Golokera Premadana, Hare Ram Sankirtana. Hare Ram, this is a medicine for Kali Yuga ills. Not just Kali Yuga, any Yuga ills. What are the ills of human life? Birth, old age, disease, and death. Old age is difficult, disease is difficult, death is difficult. Birth is also difficult. So that's why Pratiswase Saviswasam Ram Smaradine Dine Punaswase Naviswasam Agamishanti Vanava. We have to chant every breath. Pratiswase Saviswasam Ram Smaradine Dine. Remember Krishna, Rama. So remember Krishna in every breath. But my dear sirs, ma'ams, Puraswasan, Naviswasan, don't try to invest your faith and confidence on the next breath. It may not be there. Punaswasan, Naviswasam. So, so sadhana, rather than being enamored by the temporary material pleasures, one should make Krishna conscious, progress in Krishna consciousness is the goal of life. Of course, prasad also, it should be sattvic. Prasad should not be very spicy. Actually, what is his name? Bir Krishna Maharaj wrote a book. And one time, sorry, not book. One time he did a seminar. Amna, if you want to know what the name of the seminar is, do you want to know the name of the seminar? Huh?
Sure, Prabhu.
Don't kill devotees. That is the name of the seminar. You know,
Oh boy.
why it is like that? Okay, Hare Krishna means people call it kitchen religion, but in the name of God, we offer food and we eat. In Mashtami, so many thousands and thousands of sweets. It's fried and sweets. It's prasad, but we need to have that consciousness. First of all, to get to retain good, to gain spiritual strength, we should chant Mahaprasad prayers nicely. Mahaprasadi Govinde Namo Brahmani Vishnu Sarpunyavatam Rajan Viswasona Vijayate. Then Sarira Vidyajal prayers we have to tell. Oh Krishna, our Jadendriya, Tahekal, Jefele Vishasagra, Taramati Jihayate. This network of senses, they're leading me to death. Of all the senses, tongue is most difficult. My Lord, thank you very much for sending this prasad. So I'll eat up to neck. I'll chant the I'll chant the holy name. Lobomaya Surmati, Take Chadakatin Samsara, Krishna Pradayamaya. You are my Lord, you are so merciful. You are sending me your remnants. I'll accept so prasad and Nadilobai. You'll accept little prasad and you'll eat this, this Anamrita, Senamrita Bhava, Radha Krishna Gunaga. We will chant the name of Radha and Krishna. So we need to have that type of consciousness. Otherwise, what happens? A very, very important thing in is yukta ahara viharas. So we should be balanced in our habits, eating, sleeping, and recreation. Then we need to listen to a lecture. Chandramouli Maharaj used to come to Nirvana and I used to serve him. He would play a lecture every day. Should have proper lecture and listen. While eating, we should not talk. If we talk, we'll become, will not be conscious that this is prasad. Excuse me. So, yeah, we can discuss, what is that? Prabhupada would not eat prasad alone, actually. You can sit with devotees and eat prasad, why not? Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda would sit and eat. Raghunath Das Goswami served hundreds and hundreds of devotees. He served and fed hundreds of devotees during Paniti festival. And he received a lot of mercy from Nityananda Prabhu, and eventually Raghunath became Raghunath Das Goswami, the power of feeding devotees. These are the couple of thoughts that came to my mind. Any question or comment? Please forgive me if I spoke anything wrong as your humble servant. Anyone has any question or comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have a question. Very, very nice class. So you said that after one dies, they go to Pitraloka and they can stay there for a long time. So how we have to do pind during Shrad every year, and that helps the soul move from Pitraloka and get a body. And what do you mean when you say pind? We offer prasadam, mahaprasadam to the departed soul every year to a photo of the soul, or can you explain that? I'm a little confused there.
Okay, thank you. This is Mataji more or less for karma kandis actually, but of course Grihasthas, Lord Chaitanya also offered pinda. Pinda means, people do go to Gaya. I'm a South Indian, this is what I've seen. Whatever the items that you make for the departed soul. Basically, the very important ingredients is actually, sesame seeds. And all the, what are the items you make, with this what I've seen, you know, uh, usually, sesame seeds and the flour and water, they mix it and make it like a ball. And that's called pinda, you know. But what I have seen, they mix like, you made rice, sabji, dal, all these things. They mix it, and they make it like a ball. And then they offer the mantras, with darbas and all. Darba means blade of grass. So that is what's called pinda. You know,
Okay.
the you can offer it. Mm, this is it usually different in India, different states have different traditions, but basically this is what it is. When in Lord Chaitanya went to Gaya and he offered pinda, that's what they would do. They would offer that pinda, and they leave it for either crows or they put it in the fire. This
Okay.
that also I've seen. And I told, this mantra, I don't know, So the meaning of the mantra is, oh, for ancestor, whoever is the departed soul, please come in the form of a crow or eagle and take it. Very interesting. I've seen many times, in the rainy, it's pouring rain. You don't see any crows. But from nowhere, the crow will come and eat and go. Very interesting. So, uh, that is what is pinda pradhan. We do not know all these things. Just offer a plate of in a like in a Hare Krishna tradition. Like if there is no temple nearby, just cook all the items, offer it to Krishna first, and then you offer it to the photo of the departed soul. You know, and after that you should put it outside. Nobody should eat that.
Okay. Okay. So that's what we do. So my father passed away 2 years ago. At the time he was leaving his body, I was there chanting very, very loudly, very intensely the Maha Mantra. So then we did everything. Now, if what can I do now? I mean, what should I be doing now? Every year, then I should take Mahaprasadam, offer it to a photo of my father, and then put it outside. Is
Yeah.
that what I should do every year?
Yes.
Okay, and so that will help him get another body, so where he can, be born in a good family and can continue with Krishna consciousness. Is that the right thing for me to do every year now?
Yes, perfect. So you offer on his tithi, just cook, whatever things he likes, he used to like.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And you first offer it to Krishna, put a tulsi leaf and offer it to Krishna, and after 15 minutes, remove it and you offer it his picture for
Right.
10-15 minutes, then remove it and put it outside.
Okay. That's on his tithi, the day that he died, right?
Mhm.
And then during Shrad, what do I do? Everybody does something what am I supposed to do during Shrad?
I mean, I didn't. So this is what whatever I told you, you should do during Shraddha, I'm telling.
Acha,
So,
okay, on his tithi during Shrad. Okay, okay, I follow you. I
but
follow.
there is also this Mahalaya Paksha, they'll come, that come, I told you right during after Radhashtami. It's a month, 1 month. Actually, it comes like Haridas Thakur disappears, it comes in Mahalaya Paksha actually. That's where, that 1 month also you can do second time. You can also offer one more time, But minimum one time is fine too. I told, right, some people who do not know all these things, what they do, they come to ISKCON temple and they just, pay money and they tell Prabhuji's, today offer Rajbhog on my father's name and departed father's name and feed the devotees. That is also
Oh.
fine. But the simple thing is, many people may not have temple nearby, and that case, then just make a offer plate of food to Krishna and then to the photo of the ancestor and put it outside. Okay.
So how long does the soul stay then in Pitraloka before he moves on and gets another body?
Okay, nice question. Mataji, there are millions and millions of permutations and combinations. There's hell, there is heaven. So there you can go back to Godhead also. Usually devotees, they go back. If you're sincere, you are taken care by Krishna. You'll go back to Godhead. So how long they live, it depends on their karma. As soon as they develop the karmana daivanetrena janturdeopate. Daivanetrena. This whole thing runs, and this is all executed under the will of Supreme Lord. Krishna. So they will be there as long as they're kept. The moment
Okay.
they get the next body, they'll leave it. They'll progress to the next destination in that new body.
Okay. But devotees, I'm sorry, I'm asking, this is too fascinating. But devotees, if we have taken initiation, when we leave our body, the guru comes for us. Do we go to Pitraloka or the guru comes for us? How does it work when an initiated devotee leaves their body?
Initiate devotee, if you are sincere, Krishna will take care.
Oh,
Initiated, Krishna will take care.
okay. Okay.
And if you are sincere, you use the word guru. Guru will wait for you at the entrance of the spiritual world to receive you.
Okay.
And you'll go back to Godhead. But you have desires. Shuchinam Shri Matangehi Yoga Brashtav Jayate. You have so many desires to enjoy the material world. Desires, then Krishna does not intervene in your desire. Because you want to enjoy the material world. Then Krishna says, all right, take birth again. But you did bhakti, lot of bhakti in the previous life. So you'll take birth Suchinam, you'll take birth in devotee family, Sri Brahmin family, Sri Matangehe. If you have done a lot of bhakti in the previous life, you'll take birth in a devotee family. Or your bhakti is not so high, you'll take birth in a rich family. Sri Matangehe. Means life is not a struggle, life goes on smoothly. But suddenly one day you'll go to college and you'll see devotees chanting Harinam, you're attracted. Your friends, you're not attracted, but you're attracted. That is how you'll continue your bhakti from whatever you left off, wherever you left off in the previous life. So in our case, ideally, Krishna takes care. Not necessarily sannyasis. Every devotee is taken care by Krishna actually. So that's why one has to be exceptionally sincere, genuinely sincere, so that we get Krishna's mercy. Okay, this is the thing. I want to tell one more thing that is very encouraging to everyone. You do bhakti throughout your life, and then it's the last thought. If you last thought, if you remember Krishna, you'll go back to Krishna. Last thought, you remember your some people remember their dogs, they'll become dogs.
Mm.
But Ramanujacharya says this 1,000 years ago. This is also mentioned in Bhagavatam. If you worship Krishna throughout your life, even if you forget Krishna at the last minute, Krishna will remember you and he'll take you back to Godhead.
Nice.
So that's what Krishna did to Bhishmadev. Bhishmadev didn't think of Krishna. He was lying on the bed of arrows, going through a lot of pain. Krishna remembered him because he led a life of bhakti yogi and led a life of bhakti yoga practitioner, bhakti yogi. Krishna went to Bhishma. And Bhishma, looking into the eyes of Krishna, looking at Krishna, he left the world. So very important thing is we should not get into all these karma kind of portions, Pitraloka and all, that's again taking birth is so difficult, so painful. Then old age is painful, disease is painful, death is painful, this mind is painful, mind gives a lot of trouble, senses. So we should chant holy name sincerely. Anartha-nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. We should endeavor to at least reach the stage of Ruchi. If not Asakti or Prema, Bhava and Prema. So you should sincerely try. But definitely, if you're a sincere devotee, you'll be under the shelter of Krishna. Okay?
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Very wonderful class. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question or comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is Geeta. Thank you so much for this beautiful class. I wanted to ask you, there was a Bhisham Stuti actually for moksha. I was thinking that perhaps Bhisham Pitama actually, was remembering the Lord before he passed away. Maybe I'm, not sure, but Bhisham Stuti I've heard many times.
Okay, this is the thing. Bhishmadev, first canto of Bhagavatam, Krishna tells Bhishma to explain to, Krishna tells Bhishmadev to to tell Yudhishthira how to rule the kingdom. He tells that he does that service. Then he remembers the beautiful form of Krishna during the battlefield. And he remembers and he glorifies the Lord. Of course, Bhagavatam, Bhishma prayers are there, and that's mentioned in Bhagavatam. But I really do not know that same prayers is there denoted under Bhishma Stuti. I do not know. But yes, Bhishma did glorify Krishna. You know, how he was shooting arrows and how Krishna suddenly becomes angry, remember? You know, Krishna picks up the chariot wheel, you know, Radhanga Pani Rakshobhya Sarva Prahanayada, Sri Sarva Prahanayada Naiti. So when Bhishma was ready to kill Arjun, Krishna became angry and he picked up a broken chariot wheel. Hey, you wanted to break my promise, right? I broke my promise. I'm holding the weapon. Put the bow and arrow down. I love my devotee Arjun very much. That is Krishna's love. He's a Bhakta Vatsal. And Krishna started running like a lion jumping on the herd of deers. As
Right.
Krishna was running, he was putting, you know, this is Uttari, that chadar is falling down on the ground and the dust raging in the battlefield, you know, his face was anointed with dust. It was such a beautiful form to look at. Bhishma was recollecting this beautiful pastime and, you know.
Yeah.
he loved
Actually,
it.
Lord Krishna picked up the wheel of the chariot, I think, not a weapon,
No,
right?
no, that's what I said. He picked up the broken chariot wheel, Radhanga Pani.
Yeah.
Radha Anga. So what is the part of Radha? Radh is actually broken chariot wheel.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So actually, Bhisham Stuti is known for moksha. You know? Anyway.
I want to tell you this. Honestly speaking, Lord Chaitanya, when you practice pure bhakti now, time is 8:08. You will be liberated by 8:15 if you start practicing pure bhakti. Mam chayo abhya bicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samati tal brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So if you practice abhya bicharena bhakti, pure bhakti, you're already liberated. That's why Lord Chaitanya never emphasized on impersonal liberation. He always emphasized on a love of God. If you practice pure bhakti, you're already liberated condition. Brahma Bhuyaya. You're situated on the platform of Brahman, pure Krishna consciousness. But what is that we should endeavor for? Love of God, Krishna Prema. That's not easy.
Yes.
Lord Chaitanya came to give that. Dheyam sada parivagno vishtadoham tirthaspadam Siva virinchi nutam saranyam. What Brahma and Shiva are looking for? Brahma and Shiva are not looking for moksha. They're looking for Krishna Prema. That Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give. And he brought, of course, Harinam for that reason. Golokera Premadana, Harinam Sankirtana. Harinam is this Harina Hare Krishna mantra has descended from the realm of Golokurunda. You should chant that and aim for love of God. Hare Krishna.
Ah, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Anyone wants to add anything? Otherwise, we'll have it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mandarat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rupini Padma Devi Dasi from Orlando, Florida. And I really liked your class. I heard you first time. So it was very enlightening and, the way you explained, and definitely going to go back to hear the class again. So Prabhuji, you mentioned about prasadam. You said that it should be sattvic and then there should be less chili. So normally sometimes we see that devotees, they like thoda spicy prasadam, And of course, our consciousness should be that we're cooking for Krishna, should not be very spicy. But, they'll add chili later and things like that. So is there any other category which, is apt for, like it should be sattvic, there should be less chili? Are there any more criteria which you keep in mind? And also like a basic question, like sometimes what happens that say we forget to put salt or very less salt is there, then we put salt later and have. So like we use the word in Krishna consciousness, as it is, Bhagavad Gita as it is. So when we are taking prasadam, if hamara dhyan pura nahi hai and the salt is less, so should we add salt later or we should have it just like we offer to Krishna? So just two questions.
Yeah, two questions. Let me answer the second question. Devotees actually, when you offer Krishna without salt, that's why. Then you should do it without salt. That's
Okay.
it.
So
but
that
but let me tell you
that way we'll be more careful, right?
I know, but that some devotees, what they do, they are very intelligent nowadays. ISKCON devotees are super intelligent. So that's why we have ISKCON, what is it, Ekadasi Idli, Ekadasi Pizza, Ekadasi Pasta also they came,
Yes.
So some devotees, what they do, they offer salt also to Krishna, They put
Yes.
salt also, and ideally, whatever you offer, we should eat the same thing. That's it. We should not. That's why one has to cook very careful. One has to cook very carefully and with that consciousness. I am cooking for Krishna. That's very important. Okay, we have a desire. I want to eat gulab jamun. Okay, then you offer gulab jamun, offer to Krishna and eat. That's when. But a day should come. You could gulab jamun only for the pleasure of Krishna, whether you like to eat or not. That's very important. So that is the first portion of the second part of your question. First question is, Mama, what is that? Prasad is also in 3 modes. Ayu sattva vararogya sukha priti urdhna rasya snikta stira hrudya bhojanam sattika priya. That food that will, increase your lifespan. Sattva, it will increase sattva guna, bala, strength, arogya. So whatever foods, rasya, snikta, stira, hrudya, juicy, fatty, wholesome. Fatty means milk products, not animal fats. So anyway, vegetarian food. And it should be, um, healthy vegetarian food. It's very important. That's what is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. This, But then immediately next verse, Khatu, Amla, Lavana, Tishna, Tikshna, Ruksha, Vidahina. Verse itself is Rajagun. Too salty, too pungent. Khatu, Amla, sour, very hot. Sometimes people, what is that? You give, of course, we don't have coffee tea concept. Of course, we have herbal teas there. Karam chahiye, Rajoguna. So, what is the chili, mirchi vaji, Tikshna ruksha vidahina. Ahara rajasa sreshta. That type of food, it's prasad. If you offer to Krishna, of course, Krishna will accept it. But Krishna has the power to accept, but we don't have. Dukkha, that type of, too much spicy foods, Rajagun foods, soka. It will cause misery, lamentation, amaya, disease. You're listening? So, Rajagun foods are like that. And Tamogun, Yatayam Gatarasam Pita Paryushitam Chaya, Tuchishtam Vichamedyam, Bojanam Tamasapriyam. So sometimes people eat and they put up the plate inside, and again they take it and eat. Uchishtam, remnants. Amedhyam, untouchable. Of course, it's more a product of meat, of course, slaughter, meat actually. And any food that is cooked for more than 3 hours, it's actually tamogun food. But of course, prasad doesn't fall in this category. Prasad is transcendental. But still, because we are cooking for Krishna, we should ensure, it has a correct amount of, as much as possible, correct amount of salt. And other things needed. Why not? We are cooking for Krishna. That we are feeding Krishna devotees after that. So we have to be a little bit careful. Cook should cook sincerely for the pleasure of Krishna. But of course, devotees, actually, I used to live in India, Chawai temple. They have spicy prasad, non-spicy prasad also. Some devotees, they love so spicy prasad. That's okay. What can we do? Some people are, Kshatriyas, some people Brahminical, some people, Vaishya tendency, some people. So the different people are all with the different tastes. So more or less every temple, there is spicy prasad and non-spicy prasad. That's okay. But we should give that choice. Does it answer your question?
I guess, Prabhuji, and one more question. This is like a question where sometimes, only distributing books is not preaching. Like in connection to prasadam, like I know few people who are very attached to their family. So, they really want to cook the best for whatever they're making. Of course, sometimes they're cooking with onion garlic also. But then again, I'm referring to people who are, connected to us and trying to get them into Krishna consciousness. So the weak point in their situation is like they can cook without onion garlic also, but they have to taste so many times the food so it comes out perfect so they can offer to their family members. So in this context, if you can share some thoughts which will help us in our preaching to these people, where they can, have that same affection, love for Krishna, other than the family members. I'll be really grateful to you if you can answer this question. My last question. Thank you.
Your question, if I can understand rightly, actually, the question is this: they can cook with onion garlic. They can also cook without onion garlic, but they have to taste 10 times to make sure the food is tasty for their family members.
Yes.
So this is the thing. What is that? Non-devotees, we should be little lenient. We should not be too strict with them. Then they won't come. We should be appreciative. We should appreciate of the fact they're coming. So if you're very heavy with them, they'll go away. So, but at the same time, we cannot compromise also. So one point you didn't tell me is, are they cooking for their family members or cooking for us? When they're cooking for us, we don't eat onion garlic. So tell them very gently, look, we have this we have these rules, strict rules. So you should if you want us to come, you should. Sometimes people ask me, non-devotees, when they cook, should we eat? They're coming to our Bhakti Riksha. That you have to do, of course. So let them cook and offer it to Krishna and eat. They appreciate you. That's how they become devotees. But you say, I will not eat, then it's a problem. So, but of course, when they cook, actually, our behavior should be in such a way, they should develop respect for whatever we are doing. Then they'll become devotees. So they can clean their vessels, and tell them to cook, offer it to Krishna, tell them, don't worry, try your best, but you no need to taste. Or, but then they say they are very doubtful how it can come. Tell them to offer salt separately, little in a small cup, and then those whoever is going to eat, they can eat, they can mix little salt. That's okay,
Yeah.
because
Prabhuji,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I'm sorry, Prabhuji, I'm interrupting. I want to mention the person who's cooking actually is cooking for sattvic food also. And then, say one child is a family where they're eating sattvic, the other child, then they're cooking with onion garlic. So both places. For sattvic, they're not tasting because, like as you mentioned, you can just lightly mention to them. But other places, they are doing just the opposite because they want to keep the family members happy, and those family members are wanting onion garlic like that. But in they're cooking for both actually because sometime in our family there are people who are like they understand what is the whole thing about Krishna consciousness, but they want to keep, say one mother is keeping one daughter happy because she's having sattvic food, so she won't taste and give. But the other side, it is another front where it is the other one is wanting it, so then the person is tasting and then giving. So that is the context, Prabhuji.
I didn't understand. I mean, they missed it, but so you're telling two families, two different situations. You
No,
said
one person cooking in two different ways in two different families. So say there is one mother and she has two daughters. So one daughter's family, son-in-law, grandson, granddaughter, cooking with onion, garlic, and tasting. Now, in other scenario where everybody's eating sattvic food, she's not tasting and cooking, just making cooking and saying, now you can offer. Yeah, so same person, because it's like I said, it's a preaching question. So
Mama, this is the answer. Let me tell you. First
yeah.
of all, we have hundreds of centers of Govindas all over the world. In France it is there, in London it is there, in Paris. No one can, even in our temple, we get like in our Sunday feast, we get probably 250, 300 people. They're amazed. They don't realize there is no onion garlic. One person told me, I've been coming to Sunday feast and eating. I never realized there is no onion garlic in this. The prasad is so tasty and so delicious. So, what is that? Okay, one time, when IIT, in Indian Institute of Technology, one devotee, two devotees, what they did after they became Krishna conscious, they had stopped, you know, they, without telling the cook, they stopped purchasing. They stopped purchasing onion garlic on wholesale and saved a lot of money. So not even one student realized there is no onion garlic. You know who realized it? The vendor. Why you guys are not purchasing onion garlic nowadays? So no, the seller, not the vendor. The seller did, he complained. No student realized it. And then the point I'm making is, if you genuinely cook and offer it to Krishna with love and affection, uh, they, it's very difficult to even realize there is no onion garlic in that. And then that being said, if mother is in one, actually, let me tell you, if family needs spicy prasad, there is nothing wrong giving spicy prasad. First point, yeah, give. To make anybody Krishna conscious, you can go to any extent, but you can, with regards to cooking, but you don't eat that. That's what I'm telling. For example, your daughter one is a devotee and likes Satvik Prasad, cook it. That's fine. Great, easiest thing, answer, simple answer. But daughter two and family, they're not devotees. They're insisting. No, you're ruining our consciousness. I'm on metalist first qualification is sense enjoyment. We cannot cut down on that. So whatever is needed, cook, but without their knowledge, you offer. But again, when onion garlic is there, we cannot offer. Before putting onion garlic, this is what I used to tell. Before putting onion garlic, you offer it, and then put onion garlic. You say you'll ask me how. Actually, you can cook and take a cup of thing and offer, then you can put onion garlic, then offer it. Sorry, first take a cup of, after cooking is done, take a cup with a cup of sabji, then put onion garlic, and that's it. But this one cup you offer it and then you come and mix it. It's possible, if not, they say no, it is not good. Just try onion garlic you cook, but offer only those items where onion garlic is not there. Rice doesn't have onion garlic.
Yes.
Dal doesn't have onion garlic. And so some what are the chas, what is that, dahi वगैरह, इसमें onion garlic रहते हैं, इसकी डालने की जरूरत ही नहीं. So you offer those items and give them whatever they want, these onion garlic items plus these offered items also give them. Eventually it will bring transformation. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you for the answer. Because within family, sometimes, we, and you said like first line, not be heavy on them, just, gradually they will, at least they're serving the family members who are eating Satvik. So gradually, maybe they will themselves start doing that. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And once again, I really appreciate your class. And we're very fortunate to have you every Tuesday as, and all glories to Shamarasika Mataji, who, because of her, we are hearing you. Hare Krishna.
All glories to Yugal Kishore Prabhu. He's very kind and he accepted our request.
So thank you very much and very grateful.
Anybody has any question or comment?
I have a comment, Mataji.
Yes. Go ahead. Please, yeah.
I have a question related to that cooking by non-devotees and offering in temple programs. So we tell general all the visitors to cook. So how proper it is, because their vessels may not be clean, their consciousness may not be clean. Everybody comes and contributes. So is it condoned by the prashchitta that we do while offering, while the pujari offers, or how is it done?
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you. You brought whatever she asked, the Mataji, that is at home environment. Temple environment is different. Temple environment, nobody should be on the fire. Only Brahmin and Shri devotees should be on the fire. Then they can come and cut the vegetables, you know. So they can come and cut the vegetables and they can come and do other services, but they cannot go on the fire, you know.
Yeah, no,
So,
that's correct. I mean, whatever this bhoga being cooked in the temple kitchen, that is okay. But sometimes we tell the visitors to bring bhoga from home. So that is the point. Bhoga from home for offering. Like
listen. Prabhuji, no, boga means cooked item. Nothing should be cooked. I don't know which temple you're talking about. No, actually, outside cooked items should not be brought into the temple. No.
outside cook should outside shouldn't be brought to for the 108 offering or 56 offering.
Prabhuji, no, honestly speaking, till this day we have stopped it because we do not know the vessels and many sinks. Many people have only one sink. In the same sink they wash their hands, same thing they wash their mouth, same sink they wash their vessels. Pots. So that's why in our temple we don't allow outsiders to bring their boga and cooked boga to the temple. No, we don't allow.
Yeah,
So
that's
no, we are very strict on this. They can come and cut the vegetables. Like, for example, Janmashtami, other big festivals, only Brahminish devotees cook. You can come and help. No problem. What will happen, I'll tell you. Two things will happen. They develop interest to chant 16 notes and get initiation. They want to receive initiation when we do like this. But if you dilute it, and without initiation things are happening, whatever I'm giving, Krishna is eating, so why do I need initiation? Honestly speaking, we should offer to Krishna. Our offering should be as pure as possible. I can tell stories on this, but it's late. Next time.
yeah. That's my understanding was because temples should be very up to the Narada Muni standard,
Yes, Proj.
Narada Pancharatrika standard. So
Yeah,
we
we don't.
can.
No. If you relax one time, the standards will start falling down. It's very deadly, actually. So
Yeah.
as much as possible, we should uphold. Okay, but again, I'll tell you, non-devotees, what they do sometimes, they bring, outside they cook. They buy peda from the stores, and they bring and give it to us. So you know what we do in our temple? Right before them, we put a tulsi leaf on that outside from the purchase from the shop. That food we offer it to Krishna for 1 minute, and then they give that peda box. Thank you very much. Take it home. We don't keep it in the temple hall also, because when you're offering it to Krishna, it's between them and Krishna. They came with so much love. So we cannot tell them we cannot offer your food. We are actually, we are also preaching movement. So I've seen this in Indian temples again and again. That's why we do that. We offer it to Krishna for 1 minute. We leave it there. And that entire, we close the box back with the tulsi leaf on. They're watching. So you're offering it to Krishna. They're so happy. And give the box and say, thank you. Then they say, no, this is for everyone. Then we say, no. You brought it. We want you to have it. But we don't tell them, हम बाहर का खाना नहीं खाते हैं, ऐसा बोलते नहीं उनको. Then again, that will be very disheartening to them also. So probably we tell them we have a policy. When guests bring their food, we give them back the whole food. That is our policy. And they appreciate that. They appreciate the fact, what is that? You offer it to Krishna. Clear?
Yeah.
Padmini Radhamadajamma, what is your question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandar Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, thank you so much for this class. It was a wonderful class. Thank you for all the reassurance that you were giving us, but also highlighting that bhakti needs to be performed very sincerely, because we cannot commit offenses on the strength of the holy name and trying to be a devotee. I just had one quick question. I have two little children, and I know when it comes to parenting, especially at teaching them Krishna consciousness, they mostly follow what their parents are doing. So I'm trying to understand, when we honor prasadam, because you were talking about honoring prasadam. What should the consciousness be? Because sometimes we watch TV when we are eating prasadam. Sometimes we are talking. We are doing everything except being grateful for the food that we are eating. So, um, I mean, we voice it out to our children. We try to even practice like a every night gratitude kind of a practice. But especially, I guess my question is related to honoring prasadam. What should the consciousness be, Prabhu?
Consciousness, that's, I told this in the class. First thing is, it should be cooked with the mood to, we should be cooked with the mood to strongly feed Krishna. This is my chance, my opportunity. Actually, let me tell you this. Kitchen is an extension of altar. So the way we keep our altar clean in the temple, we should keep our kitchen also clean. So if kitchen is Radharani's kitchen, then we should cook with an intent to feed Krishna. So then, if it's very clear, if you have intent, I can tell you, when anybody is eating, they can experience that Krishna, that joy while eating. Wow. So Krishna is sitting right in your heart as Paramatma Super Soul. So very important thing is, invest while cooking. Invest your consciousness. I am not cooking for my tongue taste. I am cooking it for the pleasure of Krishna. Then everyone should sit down. That's what I said. Chaitanya Charitamrita is what is Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's all about devotees sitting together and eating prasad and discussing Krishna Katha. But Prabhupada always would sit alone and eat prasad and relish. And what is that? Actually, so many Prabhupada disciples said, when some host is there, some guest is there before him, Prabhupada would graciously offer one fruit, one laddu, give it to him. And Prabhupada would end the conversation, and they have to leave. They had to leave. Prabhupada would not eat before them, because this is actually very spiritual activity, eating prasad. Are you eating because it is Rasagulla, or are you eating it is because Krishna's remnants? Well, if you're eating because it's Rasagulla, but though you're eating with that consciousness, because still it's still prasad, you'll get benefit. But if you eat it because it is Krishna's remnants, you make more progress. And that being said, nowadays I've seen, children, the parents, what they're doing, the children, for them to eat, they're putting the cell phones on, the they're putting all these different apps and all the things, and children are eating. And when they grow up, so they're turning the TV on, and parents are also watching, actually. What can we do? So with the children as excuse, parents are watching that also, which is not good, actually. In other words, your children are the cause of your fall down. If you're strict with them, and actually, let me tell you, if you unzip the brains of children, poor Krishna, when they are small, when they become big, that'll become their second nature. Children are like wet cement. Whatever you write on the wet cement, once it becomes hard, it'll be there. So we need to cultivate these good habits, inculcate these good habits in them, especially in the childhood. Let me tell you, when they go to the high school, you cannot change them. Very difficult. When they go to college, that's it. Anything you want to bring in that, it is, you have to bring that change before they go to high school, and before, or if not, college. Rampaswamy made a nice statement one time in Michigan. It is an it's a hard work to bring children from Rajogun, Tamagun to Sattvagun, mode of ignorance, passion, to mode of goodness. It's an investment. It's actually an endeavor. But if you do not do that, first of all, they'll remain in Rajogun, Tamogun, and they'll give so much trouble in their grown-up life, their later life. And second thing, you have to spend a lot of time there solving their problems. Still, they're not devotees, and still they have so much of a Rajo and Tamo. So, mode of passion and ignorance. So the point I'm trying to emphasize is try to inculcate all these good habits in children, especially eating. Honestly speaking, our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have to appreciate, Srila Prabhupada, we should appreciate. Eating is actually Bhakti Yoga, part of Bhakti Yoga, honoring Prasad. One time, one devotee asked me in Mayapur, Chandramali Maharaj, Navyat Bhakti, Shravana Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pasan, Archana Mandanam, Sakyam Dashyam, Atmanivedanam. Maharaj, wait, there is no Prasad there, eating Prasad. It's a very nice question. The answer is actually even amazing. Maharaj said, to do Navyata Bhakti, the very important ingredient is you have to eat, you need to have strength. So Prasad is there in every part. Shravanam Kirtanam to, Archana Mandanam, Atmanivedanam. So every limb of Bhakti is supported Prasad, that's why it is not there. Prasad is an integral part of all this Navyata Bhakti, Maharaj said, and everyone laughed. Anyway, does it answer your question?
Oh, yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we'll end it here. I think it's a little late. Very grateful. Please do excuse me as your humble servant if I spoke anything wrong. But very grateful for your patient audience and Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha
Kripa Sindhu Vevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Jai Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai, Jai Haridas ki jai, Jai Bhagavatam ki jai, His Great Yugal Krishna Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your time and
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.